I'm like the checkout guy at your local supermarket. You know, you can put as much stuff in your cart as you like, but the food doesn't leave the store unless I move it from your cart to the conveyor belt, ring it up, put it into another cart for you to take to your car. Insulin moves the glucose from the bloodstream into the cells. Without insulin, the glucose stays in the bloodstream. I don't care what's in your cart, organic content berries, or sugary snack cakes. To me, it's all glucose. The less you have, the easier it is. And if you bend down and get the heavy stuff off the bottom rack and have enough money, things are easier still. Some people require more insulin to move the glucose into the cells. That's what they mean by insulin resistance. With these people, it's like their debit card doesn't work on the first or second swipe. You can swipe the card as many times as you like here, but nothing's going to happen. Eventually the groceries get paid for, but it takes a while. And then some people, their pancreas never did make much insulin, or their pancreas wears out after 50 or 60 years. That's like not having enough money in the account. You can swipe the card as many times as you like, but nothing's going to happen. If you don't make enough insulin to move the glucose in the cells, don't feel guilty. You don't know about the other things you buy. Like if you run out of eggs, you don't beat yourself up because you're not a chicken. I'm a failure. I can't lay an egg. A blot on humanity. Type 1, type 2, labels don't matter to me. If you don't make it, you got to buy it. It doesn't matter why.
But it does matter. If we don't know why something doesn't work, how can we fix what's broken? And I don't like being broken.
Nobody does. All sorts of things can go wrong. Like if you only make enough insulin for the basal to get you through the day stuff, that's like only having enough money for rent. You then don't have enough money for food. Your fasting number may look good, but the rest of the day you're in trouble. You just don't see it because you're not looking at it. Meanwhile, the intestines put out hormones telling you to eat. The liver puts out glucose, and once things got out of whack, things get even wackier.
I want glucose! Give me glucose! I want glucose! Give me glucose!
You want me to exercise? Wake me up when there's fuel.
Shutting down unless I get glucose!
That's why I was so hungry all the time. Changing glycogen into glucose!
Why is there all this glucose lying around here? I keep tripping over glucose.
I just want to hide.
Gotta be on the lookout for any suspicious characters. Hey, you!
That's you. Lada has one autoimmune factor. For some reason, rogue T cells start beating up on beta cells.
And type 1?
Yeah, yes. Tell them I'm not here. Tell them I'm not here.
I thought you
That's
died!
what they used to think. Actually, I just go to stealth mode like a Klingon warship. Cooking device activated.
What else can we beat up on?
Oh, thyroid!
And kidneys and eyes! Thyroid and kidneys and eyes! Go on! Thyroid and kidneys and eyes! Go on!
How was the bathroom?
Disgusting. I'll wait till I get back to the office. And here's your food. You had the salad and you had the bread chicken sandwich.
Other way around.
I know you. You're Corley Casey from WESL News. I watch you all the time. Can I have your autograph? We're working here. Some people are so rude, barging in. Hey, you're not going to do that in here, are you? Can't you do that in the bathroom?
You wouldn't even pee in there.
That's different.
Yeah, the ladies' room is usually way cleaner than the men's ever is.
I can't stand the sight of needles.
But don't you get acupuncture and Botox? And what about that tattoo on here?
That's different. Bloodborne pathogens?
You were not going to get AIDS or hepatitis because I tested my blood or took my insulin.
How are we doing? Oh, you're diabetic. I knew someone who was diabetic. They're dead.
Pardon?
But first they went blind and had to have their feet chopped off.
Madness. Can we discuss what's on tonight's lineup?
Our lead story today is
Diabetes epidemic, obesity epidemic fuels diabetes epidemic.
Did we run that story last week and last month?
And it's our lead story today.
Won't people eventually realize it's always the same footage?
Did they notice the palm trees? And I love that footage. At the angle Noah shot them, Twiggy would look like Dumbo's mom.
Coraline, do we even know if these people are diabetic?
How could we know? We don't actually say that. It's not like we ever talked to any of them. They were just random people in 100 different places. And anyway, they deserve it. Some people should not wear sweatpants in public.
But isn't that lying?
Not if we don't come out and say it explicitly. And it keeps our sponsors happy. The weight loss industry is a $60 billion industry, David, and they buy a lot of advertising. But you're right. We need to up the ante. Diabetes epidemic is a threat to national security.
What?
$174 billion spent on keeping them alive. You know, insulin, test strips, doctor's visits.
Would you rather we die?
With half the U.S. expected to have diabetes by 2020.
The figures are actually 1 in 3 by 2050, but that's not the point. It's the complications that drive up the cost.
And if they just join one of those weight loss centers or hire a private chef and a personal trainer.
Not everyone can afford.
Anyway, most of them are type 2. Not type 1 like you, so why should you care? Theirs is a lifestyle disease.
That's what they said about AIDS.
They're old and they're fat. You can't deny obesity is a risk factor.
For breast cancer as well, but for the last 3 months, we didn't keep showing pictures of man boobs or less than perfect tits. Anyway, many type 2s are of normal weight or under.
How many?
1 out of every 5. Many aren't diagnosed until after they have complications because they don't look diabetic. Then there are the ones who are misdiagnosed as type 2 because they're not 16-year-old supermodels. They're either type 1 or they're Lada or Modi.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Diabetes is the leading cause of blindness, amputations, and kidney failure.
Well, managed diabetes is the leading cause of nothing. By keeping blood sugar as near to normal as they can, many type 1s are living in their 80s and 90s without complications. If they can do it...
No one will believe that. The public wants to believe that people get what they deserve. And then when they do, those people want to believe in an easy fix they can plunk down money for and everything will be hunky-dory.
Uncontrolled diabetes is the 7th leading cause of death, more than from breast cancer and AIDS combined.
Wait a minute. Diabetes kills more than breast cancer? That can't be right. We wouldn't have 3 months of pink ribbons on everything if it wasn't the leading cause of death.
Not everything is as prevalent as it's pressed. Breast cancer killed almost 40,000, diabetes over 70,000.
But everybody loves tits and pink. No one likes diseases that start with die.